What's up, guys? I'm the Wrestlegamer, and welcome back to Let's Play Tenshi 2 Special Edition Rose Route right here on the arcade. This is going to be the ending with Rose, because we've already seen, as I move this bag of Doritos around, the endings with Tessa, we've seen the endings with Kyo, and now we're about to see what happens with Rose. So, I'm not sure how to do the endings for Neferuri, Mizuki, and Bunny. I'm pretty sure somebody in the comment section could give me a hint as to what I need to do just to get those endings. But anyway, let's go ahead and greet Rose at the door. Rose? What are you doing here? Sorry if I'm disturbing you, Kenji, but well, I needed to get out of the lab for a while, and I thought I'd see how you were doing. After all, you haven't been to the lab for a few days now. Oh yeah. Sorry about that, Rose, but I just, with everything that was going on, I didn't have any time to spend with my parents. And let's face it, there really isn't anything I could do to help with the lab. Rose gave a solemn nod to this. Then she cocked her head to the side and slowly shifted about on her feet. Do you have anything planned for this evening? Huh? Well, no, my parents went out to dinner. They asked if I wanted to come along, but with everything that's happened, I've been feeling pretty drained. Oh, I see. Well, I was actually hoping to spend some time with you, but if you don't feel like it, then... No, really, I don't mind. And to be honest, I could use someone to talk to right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, my parents are great and all, but it's not like I can tell them about this. I know what you mean. That is, I have a family of my own back in England, but they don't know about what I'm really doing, so... Anyway, Kenji, if you're sure you don't mind, then perhaps we could go out for a walk or something? I know I could use the peace and quiet, and especially with all the work we've been doing at the lab. Okay, sure. I'll walk through the park. That would be nice. Yes, it would. Just let me leave a message for my parents before we go, okay? Oh, sure, of course. I hurried back inside and left a message for my parents. With that out of the way, I returned to where Rose was waiting, and together we began making our way towards the nearby park. The sun was setting beneath the horizon by the time we arrived, and the trees and bushes were all awash with hues of red and orange. There was hardly anyone else there, unless one counted the various birds and squirrels and other such natives of the park, leaving me and Rose to walk along one of the pathways in peace. I have to admit, it's been a while since I've had a chance to get away from the lab. I know, this whole mess really kept us busy. Yes, I know. Would you mind if we sat down for a while? I could use a short break. Okay. With that, Rose and I found a bench where we could rest for a bit. As soon as we found a suitable one, we both sat down and found ourselves in the perfect position to watch the sun finally descended beneath the horizon. Where did the snow come from? Soon the darkness unfurled on the city, well, oh, that's stars. It looks more like snow. I'm sorry, it looks more like snow than stars. Soon darkness unfurled on the city while stars began to peek out from the sky above. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, though it's nothing compared to when Dad would take Mom and I out for a drive in the countryside. I remember when the Hale-Bopp comet arrived in our solar system, and Dad took us out of the city so we could see it and the stars without any trouble. And while it was still light out, we were still on the highway, I saw it. Really? Yeah, though neither Mom and Dad believed me, they thought it must have been something else, like a jet or something. But it wasn't until the freeway curved enough so that they could see it as well as they realized just how spectacular it was. Rose chuckled lightly, but her laughter soon fell silent as she lowered her eyes. I still remember the sky we saw when the world started to breaking apart. All of time colliding. The whole time, all I wanted was to try and find a way for us to help Bunny and Mizuki, stop their future from coming to pass. But not only did we have to destroy what might have been our best chance of doing that, we actually destroyed that world completely. And now, I know, I can't help but think about that as well. If only we could have convinced Bunny and Mizuki that we wanted to help. And I can't help but wonder if the same sort of thing will happen again now that the timeline's changed. Are we going to have to go through this whole nightmare all over again? Are we going to have to keep fighting them while we're trying to help them? All while we end up being forced to destroy every hope for the future? And if we keep fighting like this, we could even make things worse. We could cause the disasters in the future to happen that much sooner, and I sighed and nodded as I studied Rose's beauteous figure. I know, it's a bad situation, but I really do believe that we can still change things for the better. We just have to keep trying. With these words, I gently put my hand on Rose's. I was rewarded with the sight of her turning towards me with a look of surprise, her cheeks slightly red. It's still our future after all, and we see that we can change it with something as simple as making a choice. And now we have all those files from the future, and we have a better chance of figuring out a way of making everything right. All we have to do is keep trying and not give up. I mean, I know that probably sounds pretty sappy, but no, it doesn't sound sappy at all. I mean, ultimately, that's what it all boils down to, isn't it? After all, we might fail even if we try, but if we don't try, then we've already lost. Exactly. With these words, I found myself leaning in closer to Rose as she looked into my eyes. But right now, I think we should just relax a little. We've already been through a lot, and I think we've earned a chance to relax and just be together. I mean, well, you know what I mean, right? A few seconds passed in silence before Rose finally smiled and nodded. Yes, I do. I smiled in return, and finally able to relax, with no major crisis on the horizon or other form of chaos needing to be addressed, Rose and I drew close and pressed our lips together in a sweet, tender kiss. As we continued to kiss, I felt Rose's arms wrap around me as I embraced her. Finally, after a seeming eternity, we slowly, reluctantly broke away. My heart was beating hard as I experienced both Rose's warmth and her substantial curves. As the moment deepened, I couldn't help but smile. So anyway, Rose, I don't suppose you have anything planned for tomorrow, do you? Well, there's still a lot of work to be done in the lab, but I'm pretty sure I can get out tomorrow afternoon. Why? Because I was thinking that maybe we can go out for dinner, maybe catch a movie. That is, if there's anything good at the theaters, and... Rose stopped me before I could complete my suggestion, pressing her lips to mine. I could feel my heat rising as I returned her embrace. Again, it was all too soon that Rose broke the kiss and smiled sweetly. Dinner and movies sounds wonderful. But for now, how about we just relax for a bit and enjoy being together? And just in case something happens before tomorrow comes. That sounds like a great idea to me. And with that, Rose and I continued to kiss and snuggle together, content to enjoy the moment, and only for a while to let time take us where it would. Well, guys and gals, that's going ahead and that's going to conclude Rose's ending to Time Tenshi 2. If there's a way to do the other girls like Neferuri, Mizuki, and Bunny, if you guys can help me out just a little bit and steer me in the right direction to go towards that, I would definitely like to. I would be greatly appreciative of that. So, guys and girls, be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, be sure you slam that like button like a champ. And if you guys want to see more of wrestling talk and awesome gameplays right here on my channel, you know the two ways to do it. You gotta drop that subscribe button and hit that bell icon to turn on notifications so that way you never miss out on another one of my videos here on my channel. So with that being said, I am your friendly neighborhood WrestleGamer, and I will see you next time right here on WGS-TV. Bye, guys!